Hello, welcome to another Food for Metalheads. I think this is number 31 already. Doesn't time fly? I'm going to show you a few CDs I've bought and discuss them. They've come in, I say bought, a lot of these have come in the last 2 or maybe 2 months. I haven't done one of these videos for the simple reason is I'm not really buying a lot of CDs at the moment. I'm trying to sort this lot and that lot down there. There's CDs all around me. I've been sorting out my collection a bit to see what I've got. And as I said in previous videos, I'm also trying to fill in gaps, which I've got to show a couple today. And I tried to do this film this morning, but the sun is, I mustn't moan, because in the UK we only get 1 day of heat and it's going to be tomorrow. But today's been really warm for a change. They reckon it's going to hit 30 degrees tomorrow, and that's a lot. It's all thunder and lightning again the weekend. So anyway, folks, without further ado, let's have a look at the CDs. Metal Mickey, he was responsible for the first 3. Well, there's 8 actually, but one's a box set. And a bit of trivia for you. Who was the first female-fronted band to perform at Donington? You think correct? Doro, and I couldn't believe it. Metal Mickey had this. I've got all the vinyl, but I don't own any of it on CD. And basically, Warlock's 4 and only albums in order. Well, they won't be in order if you sort of put them back wrong. But this is absolutely brilliant box. This is the German band Warlock, and the big thing was Doro. She was the lead singer. I'm a huge fan of anything Doro. The first 2 albums, they were the sort of brilliant albums. Then Doro moved to the States, and the 2 after that were a lot of lineup changes. I think of them as Doro solo albums under Warlock. But the Warlock's first 2 albums were sort of the Warlock albums. And then a couple of guys out of Warlock left after the second album. She went to America, and it was really just Doro solo albums. They're all killer albums, absolutely fantastic. And I have played it, but I can't wait to play it further. But I'll just show you the internal bits. You get it's this sort of kind of deal, and all got CDs in there. That's a killer cover, that is. I'd love that as a poster. And that one, it's true as steel. I can see what they're doing, but I've never really thought that was a great heavy metal cover. I just don't know, it may be just me, but they're doing sort of a bit of welding or spot welding, but never really rated that one. Maybe other people, but that's a good cover as well, or semi-good cover. It looks good on an album, but yeah, no, you can't beat a bit of Warlock or Doro fronted music. But that's just a booklet, tells you a lot about the band. Real good quality booklet. And there she is, look, I shan't go any further. But yeah, fantastic thing. But it's a great thing to have. The next one is a band, is this one. This is Anthrax's Persistence of Time. I've played this a couple of times in the last couple of days. As it's well documented, I'm not the world's greatest fans of Anthrax. I'll sort of listen to them. I thought I'd been really trying to like them, listen to this band record. And I believe Joey Belladonna called it a day after this. But I don't know, I just found it a bit lightweight and a bit I prefer, when I sort of listen to the big 4, I thought the other 2 of them, like Metallica and Slayer, had more atmosphere in it and better voices. Then Megadeth, I mean, I come to the party late on them, I must admit, But I've always felt there was something missing from Anthrax CDs. There was an important ingredient and it wasn't just quite there. And that's, I don't know what it is, but I bought their very first album when they came out. I've got it next door on vinyl. I've never played it much. It must be the best condition pressing in the world, because it's only been played about twice. And I heard that, and that was like a brilliant album. I thought this is going to be good. But I don't know what it is with Anthrax. I just got a strange relationship with them. Knowing me, I get a lot of comments downstairs saying, oh, they're brilliant and all this stuff, but I'm trying my best with them. I won't talk much about this one, but I've finally got this one on a CD. John Sykes, fantastic, comes from the same place as me. If you're into bands like White Snake and blues, sort of like your metal, sort of very bluesy, this will be right up your street. Everybody's sort of shown this on the VC. This is another record now I bought on Metal Mickey's advice. This is a Bay Area thrash band. I've listened to this record, and Death by Hanging. I haven't played this copy. I've been listening to it online. But Death by Hanging, that is a cracking intro to a record. I can't get enough of that. But I played a few tracks off here online. I've been getting my music offline for the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks. I have played CDs in the record player, but mostly online, because I like to listen to it late at night, and you can't really put the hi-fi on after 9 here because it might disturb the neighbours. But yeah, Bay Area thrash. This is absolutely a cracking CD. This is what sort of thrash music was sort of invented for, if you like. It's just a killer. But that Death by Hanging, if you don't like the intro off that, there is something seriously wrong. Brutal Bay Area thrash. Now, the next 2 records, I tell you the truth, I wish I hadn't bought them. What happened was, I've always been a big Michael Schenker fan. I'm going to see him live, hopefully in December, but I very much doubt it will be performing, because I don't know what they're doing about concerts, because this COVID crap, whether they're having concerts, it's touch and go over in the UK, whether it'll still go ahead. So I picked up his latest 2 records, thinking I'll familiarise myself with it, because I've got a lot of his old stuff. And to tell you the truth, I wish I hadn't, and I'm sorry to be disrespectful. It's just a complete change in style, something I'm not used to, and I don't know if I like. I played them a couple of times. The first one's called Resurrection, and there you go. It looks like they're at the Last Supper on this one, and it's about, there's one big hit. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. About becoming a born again Christian. Whether he has, I don't know. But I thought, reminds me of the Last Supper. But the stuff, I just don't really like it. You get a bonus CD, but it's sort of like a change in the direction that's too far from me. The songs are just boring. With Michael Schenker, he's done some fantastic stuff, really exciting. But I just found this very tedious. I didn't like it. Considering you got 3 singers on there. You got Barden, Bonnet, and Macaulay. Then you got Doogie White, Chris Glenn, Ted McKenna, and Steve Mann. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't. This is like the bonus one we get, the bonus disc. It's on the Nuclear Blast, but I just thought it was really poor. It's sort of a complete change in direction, and the direction I don't really like. It's just hard to explain. But I never ever thought I'd say that about a Michael Schenker CD. I mean, if anybody's got any comments below, and I'm just trying to be polite, hit me up below. But to me, it's just not, this one is slightly better. Again, you got a Christian theme on the front of the album, and it's blasphemous. And you got I think that Michael Schenker substituting himself with Jesus, and it's awful. But the music on here is better than the one I showed you, just the one before that. And you've got 3 bonus tracks, which is Armed and Ready, which are classics, Bad Boys, and Rock Bottom. You normally get Doctor appearing somewhere as well. but this is a lot better, but not much, if you know what I mean. But it's just, well, I don't know what it is. But I'm just not getting on with it. You know, it's 20 quid of me money. I wish I hadn't spent it now. You've got Gary Bard and Graham Bonnet and Macaulay again. And that's the cover. If anybody else has had experience with these CDs, let me know. But it's just sort of left me cold, do you know what I mean? And I thought, flipping it, what a waste of money. And I'm just seeing how many CDs I've got left to do. And, yeah. But, you know, this Schenker get sort of like machine gun riffing, the really sort of riff, brilliant guitars. But on these, you just don't get it. And it just sounded really run-of-the-mill to me. And unimaginative, you know what I mean? And on the first one, there was a massive, well, don't say massive, but it's like becoming a born-again Christian. Whether they say whether he has or not, but I just don't like them. I wish I hadn't bought them. Well, the next one I ain't going to talk about because this is probably one of my top 5 favourite bands. The story behind it is it's normally a very, very expensive CD. You get bonus tracks on it and all this. And when we was, I think it was March, April time, we had this COVID lark. We was all locked down, and I went nuts on the computer, and ended up buying a load of CDs. And it didn't cost me that much, but I thought better bang this on the head. This is getting unhealthy. And I know this album intimately, so I haven't sort of played it yet. I've got it on vinyl. This is a CD of good God, my brain's just Call of the Mountain Queen. Queen, is it King or yeah, King? It's right, my brain just froze. This is the 4th Sabotage album. I preferred the one that came after this, Gutter Ballot, but they're both brilliant albums. You can't beat it. It's sort of when they were still sort of rock. Then with the Gutter, they went very proggy after that. They were still good, like. This is a killer album. This is great album cover, and it's fantastic stuff. John Oliver and Chris, his brother Chris, would still be alive there. And it says Hall of the Mountain King was a very special record for us. This is the record where our relationship with Paul O'Neill began. We didn't know at the time how much this would change our lives. Yeah, it's just a great record. For £5 plus postage and packaging, you can't moan at that. And that's the only reason why I sort of bought it. The next, if you've been missing Bolt Thrower since they disbanded a few years ago, this record will more than make up for it. This is a record. There's a guy on in the VC called, I hope I get this right, Doom Death something. I've forgotten his handle, but he's a relatively new channel. Check him out. And I was aware of Mausoleum because it's got Cole. Is it Cole Willits? He used to sing with Bolt Thrower anyway. And yeah, I've been playing this record non-stop. It's Cole Willits. Cole Willits, yeah. It comes from Solihull, just down the road from here. Come on, Steve, wake up, man. And this album is a 10 out of 10. There's 2 more, and I'm sticking my head out. I think this may be the second album, because there's 3. And I think they just bought a new one out. I've seen it about. But this album's a killer. It's death metal, how it should be played. Very thrashy death metal. It's very thrashy in some songs, but it was from an era of death metal we could actually understand where he was singing about. It was before it went all sugar puffs. And yeah, this is just a killer record. And pick it up if you haven't done already. And if you like the old school death metal, like, well, obviously Bolt Thrower, but Cancer and that sort of stuff, you'll get a lot out of that record. Nuclear Blast, I won't pull it back. It's just a killer record from a local band. And one guy, I think it was Frank Healy, was out of Benediction. I don't know who Benediction are, I'm going to be honest. I'm not getting clever. I knew who Carl Willits was, but I checked it out on my phone. But yeah, it's a killer release. I'm glad I bought that. 3 more to go. This record is a new one on me. I think these lads were from Gloucestershire, and this is a band called Suicide Watch. And this record cost me a couple of quid, and it was a blind buy. It wasn't very expensive. and it is quite good. It's not as good as another album being listened to theirs on the tube. I'm going to pick it up, but it is a good solid thrash album, and really surprised. And I will definitely be looking out for some more of their material. It's got a killer cover on there, and it's got a great opening called Prelude to Extinction. But that's the track listing. If you've ever come across this band, I say this was a cut about £2, £3 with postage and packaging. Definitely pick them up. It was definitely worth £3 anyway. And I've been playing this record a lot as well. Now the last, well, not the last, but one. You get 16. This is another cheap buy I bought in the COVID-19. You get 16 cuts of new school thrash. This is the record here. You've got stuff like Blonded by Blood, Evil, which is a good band, Municipal Waste, which are amazing, and a lot of bands. Some of the bands no longer going, like Lazarus. But if you like Toxic, Holocaust, Mutant, that's how Renee pronounced it, Holocaust, Mutant, Violator, Decadence, Warbringer, Triple S, Gamma Bomb. This will be right up your street. Just good old fashioned killer thrash metal. The only criticism I had with this, a lot of the bands was you could tell they were very influenced by Slayer. So I heard a lot of variation on the theme of Rain of Blood, and they had a lot of these bands must be massively influenced by Slayer. But Rain in Blood, that riff kept coming up. But apart from that, for what I paid for it, it's just a really good release. Killer cover on it. About the mosh pit and all that. We can't have a thrash gig without one of them. But it's just a killer release. Last but not least is the strange one. Listen carefully. This was a Mark C with a G recommendation, and when he saw this on it, I saw this one on his video recently. I had to buy this one, and I thought it's going to be one of these expensive, £4. Going to be really expensive, and it cost me £4 with postage and packaging. Now let me set the scene. If you like black metal with a dose of Aussie, with a dose of rock, with a dose of Pink Floyd, you're going to love this band. And this is Eerie, and I just love that cover. And when Mark C with a G showed this cover, I just fell in love with it. I think he had the vinyl as well, don't know. But this is a 2016 release. There's 5 tracks off here, and he's got some really funny sort of song titles like Hideous Serpent, Yeti, Immortal Rot, Master of Creation. It sounds like a Carcass CD, doesn't it? Blood Drinkers. But the music's really good. It had atmosphere. You could tell it was influenced by Floyd, and the singer sounds like Ozzy. But it's really good release, and I was shocked how good it was. And I've been playing it awful lot. You got Shane Baker on vocals, Tim Leahy on guitar, Moses Sarney on drums, and David Sweetapple, that's a great name, on bass. But it's black metal sort of CD, but don't let that fool you. It's black metal-ish. It's already got those other influences as well. It's just a killer record. And if you ever get a chance to pick this one up for £4, just do it, and you won't regret it. Anyway, folks, that's my show today. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I've been trying to do this all day, but the light's been awful, and looks like I've got it done now. But have a safe weekend, and behave. And I'll see you soon. No football on at the moment, so it's only about 4 weeks to the season starts again, so I've got to carry on sorting out the records. But yeah, I've got a few more CDs I could have shown, but I'm not going to show them yet. I might put them into another video. There's 3 or 4, but they're a bit common, and everybody's sort of showing them recently, so I'm sort of replacing stuff. And if I've got a gap, 'cause it's so cheap at the moment, you might as well take advantage of it. But anyway, folks, I've been on here now. It's a long video today. Anyway, folks, farewell, and see you next time.